It is such a pleasure of mine to be able to bring you new techniques and to show you fun things at the show. But for those of you who don't get the opportunity to see the demonstrations, I think that this Flora brush is one you're going to absolutely love. It comes in 3 sizes. I have it in a 10, a 6, and a 2. And you'll notice it at your stores with the distinctive green mark on it. So I'm just going to use the number 6 today, and what you'll look at right here is how nicely this shape comes to a point. A lot of times I want to use my filbert, but I wish that I could get up on the tip of it and make it do the things that I want. As a folk artist, I like to paint flowers, but I don't want to work really hard with my art. And what this brush does is it takes the work and all the slaving out of being an artist. So I'm going to come in and I am going to load into my red paint. I'm going to tip it into my yellow. I can lay it on my palette to blend it out a little bit if I want, but really you don't have to have a lot of experience and able to use this brush. You'll see there's no magic. I'm laying it down, lifting it up, laying it down, lifting it up. I'm going to load again, tip into that corner, lay it down, lift it up, lay it down, lift it up. And I'm just moving around in a circle as I'm doing this. So if I wanted to come back and add additional layers, I'm actually able to do that as well. I love this brush because I don't have to work really hard in order to make it work for me. The other thing is I don't always want to have a petal that's shaped like this, that always comes to a completely distinct point like that. So what I can do is now I'm going to load into my yellow. I'm going to tip into my red so that my dark value will be in the center. I'm going to just lay it down in a different way. So I'm going to lay it down and lift it up, lay it down, lift it up, lay it down, lift it up, and I'm going to just continue on around my circle in that same way. So now I have more of a rounded petal on the outside there, and my center is just practically done. I'm going to wash out my brush, and one of the things that I really love about this brush is I'm able to make my petals, my stems, and my leaves all by using one brush. So I'm going to load into my green. The knife point on this allows me to just be able to drag it from the top and come down, and now I have my stem. How easy is that? I'm going to load back into my green, and I can use this in a couple of different ways. I can either just lay this down and create sort of a frondy type leaf in each direction as I carry it this way. I can rotate it by rolling my thumb away from myself, putting a little pressure down and lifting that back up. Or I can double load it into my dark, add a little to my tip, and carry it this direction. Again, making it more like it's kind of frondy. And the higher I add up on it, the more V shape that I get in the way that I'm executing that. The one thing that really sold me on this brush is it's the ability for it to hold paint and do a multitude of things. So let's say I was going to do a face, and I had my face all base coated. I would be able to lay this down, come back up on a tip after I got that base coated in. But then the other thing that I would be able to use this brush for would be to put in some of my features. So I'm just going to come in and I would be able to put my eye in, get my little eyebrow and my little brush hairs in, but I could also base coat into something and be able to get everything nice and smooth. If I'm doing that with a flat brush, I have a tendency to get outside the area. If I have a round brush, I can't come back up on the tip that I need to get the detail as fine as this. So I love the way that that works for me. If you are just a regular, just a visual artist, someone who doesn't want to have a lot of execution in the way that you do your strokes, this brush is going to be a really great solution for all of those fun things that you want to do without having to spend a lot of time suffering for your art. I hope that you like our Flora.